Every year at Congregation, our graduation ceremonies, the University of British Columbia has the honor of bestowing honorary degrees, our highest honor, upon select individuals who, in the opinion of the university community, have fit the criteria of excellence and eminence in their chosen field. We intentionally confer these degrees at graduation ceremonies so that you can be inspired by the stories of their life and so that you can hear directly from these distinguished individuals some words of wisdom as you embark on your own journeys. Jonathan Fanton is one of those individuals, and I invite him to step forward to receive his honorary degree from the University of British Columbia. Mr. Chancellor, Jonathan Fanton is a leading advocate for a more just, sustainable, and peaceful world, and one who has devoted his entire professional life to promoting higher education, international justice, and philanthropy. After earning a PhD in American history at Yale University, he went on to serve at Yale in administrative leadership positions before being appointed as vice president at the University of Chicago. In 1982, he began a 17-year term as president of the New School for Social Research, where he was credited with reconnecting the school to its European roots and provided critical assistance to dissident scholars in Eastern and Central Europe, many of whom were leaders of human rights organizations. During his subsequent tenure as president of the MacArthur Foundation, he strengthened the organization's commitments to international justice, human rights, peace and security, biodiversity conservation, and community and economic development. Through the foundation, he provided critical support for Canadian-led initiatives, such as the Ottawa Treaty banning anti-personnel landmines, the creation of the International Criminal Court, and the formation of the doctrine of responsibility to protect. From 2009 to 2014, he served as interim director of the Roosevelt House Public Policy Institute at City University of New York's Hunter College. In addition to his leadership of these organizations, he has served as board chair for several others, including Human Rights Watch, the Security Council Report, and the New York State Commission on Independent Colleges and Universities. Cited for numerous awards, he was elected a Fellow of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences in 1999, one of the world's most distinguished honorific societies, and was appointed in 2014 to his current position as the Academy's president. Mr. Chancellor, in recognition of an extraordinary lifetime of humanitarian service and advocacy, I ask you to confer the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, upon Jonathan Foster Fanton.
By authority of the Senate of this university, I confer upon you, Jonathan Foster Fanton, the title and degree Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
I can tell you in this presidency and my previous presidency of the University of Cincinnati that I've had the honor and privilege of being involved in conferring honorary degrees to some amazing individuals. Nobel laureates, governors, scholars, humanitarians. But this one means a great deal to me personally. In his bio, you heard that Jonathan Fanton served as vice president of the University of Chicago. I had the privilege of overlapping with Dr. Fanton as a student at the University of Chicago. And I really do believe that one of the reasons that I pursued a career as a professor and then ultimately as administrator is because of the example that he has set. Because it's very, very clear, even back then, that he cared deeply, not only about world peace and about history and scholarship and what it means to be a research university, but he cared passionately about the next generation. And I was very fortunate to have crossed paths with him. And it means a great deal to me that you graduates will have a chance to benefit from hearing some words from him as well. Ladies and gentlemen, please give Dr. Fanton a round of applause.
Mr. Chancellor, President Ono, faculty, distinguished guests and graduates, thank you for this honor. And I want to begin by saying how much this means to me. And we've known each other for a very long time. And I'm so proud of you, your career, the leadership you've given, not just to great universities, but to the entire academic community. Let me also begin by offering the graduates of the class of 2018 my deepest congratulations. I'm very proud to stand with you here today. You've come a long way since you first set foot on this campus, and with the education you've received here at UBC, I'm confident that you go far in your careers, but also in the totality of your lives. I came to know the quality of this university when I was president of the MacArthur Foundation. Among other initiatives, we supported the work of the Liu Institute for Global Issues in the field of human rights, a cause to which I'm passionately committed. Today, UBC is one of the American Academy's affiliates, one of a number of distinguished colleges and universities and scientific institutions around the world that participate in the studies and help advance the common good, which is the mission of our academy. And we're very honored by this affiliation, and I'm happy to say it's the very first we've had with an institution outside the United States. As a former university president, I've attended many convocations, many commencements, and each one has lifted my spirits and fueled my hopes for the future. And today is no different as I look out on this wonderful class. It's a special honor to speak to the graduates of the UBC Sauter School of Business. Your education here has been world-class, and you're well-positioned to influence your communities, your nations, and the world for the better. My training, as you've heard, has been in the humanities, American history, so I'll not attempt to give you any guidance in the field of business and commerce. However, as someone who has had a long and fulfilling career in leadership positions at universities and not-for-profit institutions, I offer you two pieces of advice that I hope will serve you no matter what path in life you choose. The first is find meaning in your work, but do not find meaning only in your work. I've been fortunate that I've loved every job, but many of my most memorable and meaningful life experiences occurred beyond the scope of those jobs. And to give you one example, I joined the board of Human Rights Watch in the 1980s and headed the committee that worked in East and Central Europe before and after the collapse of the Soviet Union. During my service, I talked with Boris Yeltsin about his prediction that the Soviet Union would fall apart. How right he was. I met with the leaders of the Solidarity movement in Poland and with Jan Iliescu just days after he led the overthrow of the Romanian dictatorship. One of my most memorable conversations was with Václav Havel on the eve of the Velvet Revolution in Czechoslovakia. I'll never forget being with the leaders of the revolution the evening after a day of demonstrations broken up violently by the police. We gathered in a small apartment. Havel was on the phone. The question was clear. Had the revolution begun? How would we know? If it had and we failed to pursue it, history would damn us. If it hadn't and we did, we'd go to jail. And in the end, we decided the revolution had begun, and they pressed forward and changed history. So I learned a lot about life, good and bad, from Human Rights Watch, more than from any of my jobs. And so I urge you to find a cause outside your job, something you feel passionate about, and pursue it in any way you can. Start small, look for opportunities to lead. You'll be enriched by the experience, and the world will be a better place for your contributions. The second lesson is to value your relationship with colleagues, friends, and family. Maintain a set of close, trusted friends, and work with people whom you respect and admire. You will face times of great uncertainty in life. The first years out of college or graduate school are a good example. But if you surround yourself with good, thoughtful people, they will help you through. Seek out and cultivate mentors. My first and most important mentor was Kingman Brewster, president of Yale University, and I still think of him almost every day. Indeed, as I stand here before you, I think of him. Be sure to thank and appreciate the people who've supported you. No one achieves great things, however big or small, without encouragement, mentorship, love, and guidance from people who feel invested in their success. In the words of Ralph Waldo Emerson, a member of the Academy, our chief want in life is someone who will make us do what we can. This is the service of a friend. With friends, we are easily great. So I urge you to thank your professors here at UBC and all the teachers, coaches, community leaders, and other mentors who've had a positive influence on you. Thank your closest friends and classmates. Please thank your parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, cousins, and all who stood beside you on this journey and who stand beside you today as you become a graduate of the University of British Columbia, class of 2018. My congratulations. Good luck to you, and be in touch if ever I can be of any help or assistance to any of you. I mean that.